Hi everyone, welcome back to Encounter Encouragement. Carolyn and Ozzy here. Today is Wellness Wednesday, and I know that sometimes we just need to step back, take a moment, and really work on taking care of ourselves. I'm going to take the next few Wednesdays and talk about different ways to wellness. I feel that if we cannot be physically well, which is what we're going to talk about today, however in the world can we take care of our social wellness, our emotional or mental wellness, our spiritual wellness, our financial wellness? If we are so bogged down in our own body that we are too tired, too exhausted, too stressed out to take care of our physical self, the rest of these selves will not come into play properly. So, tonight, I'm going to talk about 4 of the many ways to physical wellness. The first way is with food. Now, I realize that we all know that food is fuel for our body, and it helps us on many levels, all the way down to the cellular level. And so we need to have the proper food to get the proper nutrition to get all parts of our physical body working in proper order. Now, this isn't always easy, and I get it. I'm not going to lecture anyone on what foods to eat, what foods not to eat. I'm going to make suggestions to myself as to what to eat and what not to eat. I know certain things that work for me and certain things that don't. But part of my issue is that in my job, I don't get a sit-down break where I step away from my work to get a chance to sit down and eat a proper meal. So I can go and get my food and I can have it at my desk, but I'm not allowed to ignore my job. I don't get a separate break. So I find myself sometimes nibbling here and there out of my box, and then I have to take the calls or do whatever comes to me, and then I can go back to my food, but then it's cold or it's soggy or whatever, and I'm losing interest in it. But then I'll still pick on it throughout the day or go get something else that maybe I shouldn't be having. But the point is that by delaying your proper meal or eating the wrong foods in the first place, bad choices are often made by me, we are messing up our physical health. So that's something that I need to work on. Another thing that I need to work on, another way to wellness, is my beverage intake. Now, some of you are out there and you eat the perfect meals and you drink water, and that's it. I'm not a huge water drinker. I'm getting more into it, but that's where I need to work on it because, like many other people out there, sugary beverages or caffeinated beverages, both of which have their place and time, but not all the time. And so I need to work on cutting out those sugary beverages. I'm not as much into the caffeinated things. I have my little mocha frappe every now and then, but I know that the water is going to really work in my body, which is 95, 97% water. It needs more water to keep it going. It's just like a plant. Our body sucks up the water to keep ourselves healthy. So I know I need to work on the water. The third form or way to wellness that we're going to talk about is movement. And for that, I find it interesting that the older I get, the more stiff and difficult it is to move sometimes after you've been sitting for a while. And so I learned something that I found very interesting. What are the two things, or what is one thing that dogs and babies have in common? What is it? they both stretch when they first wake up from a sleep. So you see that dog and you see that baby, just stretch out. That helps their body to prevent the tightness. It helps to prevent injury from a sudden movement or a wrong movement because your muscle is so tight. You try to move it one way, but the body's like, no, we're not going there. That extra stretch before you get up and before you move is something that will probably keep your body feeling better throughout the day. So I'm going to try to incorporate that into my daily routine. Stretch before getting up, and it will make all those movements easier. They say a body in motion stays in motion. So another thing that I intend to practice, and I have been working on this, especially after I broke my ankle 4 years ago, and that is balance. I have been practicing balancing on one foot and both feet. You have a dominant side and a lesser side, and you don't want to just practice on your dominant side, you want to practice on both sides. So stand on your right foot and balance, stand on your left foot and balance, do an airplane on one foot, and practice balancing in different positions, because the older we get, the more likely it is that we lose our balance and we fall. And as we get older, we're much more likely to break a bone. But by practicing these balancing exercises now, that's going to help prevent those falls to some degree. And the fourth way to wellness that we're going to talk about tonight is one that I really, really need to work on, and that is sleep. Our body needs to re-energize and refuel, and a lot of that can't be done, again, while we are up and moving. So we need to take that break. We need to get our full 6 to 8 hours of sleep on a regular basis. It's best, according to the experts, if you go to bed at approximately the same time every night and you get up approximately the same time every day, even if it's your day off. That's where I fail. I could sleep all day on my days off. I could sleep all day on my days at work, but I have to work, so I can't. But on my days off, I don't get up when I should, and I don't go to bed when I should either. So my body isn't refreshing and renewing as it should be, so I'm running on low energy. I liken it to my cell phone. I take my cell phone, I take my tablet, and it runs low on juice. In fact, what I'm recording on right now is at less than 20% power. So when we close up our tablet, we shut down our phone, we plug them in, we recharge them. Oh, I need a charge on my phone. Your body needs the same thing. So getting that full 6 to 8 hours of sleep allows your body the chance to re-energize, recharge, and refuel so that you can then be awake and renewed for the following day. So these are 4 ways to physical wellness, and once we are physically well, then we can start taking on the challenge of our spiritual, our social, our financial, our mental and emotional wellness. But for tonight, I would love to see the comments about different ways that you find challenging to stay well. What ways are you going to practice being well in your body physically? What ways can we work on together maybe? What are some things that maybe you do that you would recommend to me? I hope that if you find these videos to be helpful in any way, shape, or form, if you find them encouraging to you, you found that something has touched you and really made a difference in your life, please feel free to like and share the videos with your friends. Maybe we can get everybody on this wellness train on Wednesdays, okay? We will be back soon, but until then, I wish you all a very, very blessed Wednesday. Thanks, y'all.